high schoolers. I'm bringing them to sports. I'm like, what? Did they finally learn to skate? I mean, like that a lot, so we just got to fix it up.
So where do you go? And
Duluth.
okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to the what's the spots? The cooler. The cooler. That's it. Yeah.
Cool. I went there once or twice. They take a lot more seriously there.
I like this one right here.
Yeah, I love it. Me too.
So we're not on the record yet, right? Appreciate you guys being here as well too. So y'all let me know when we're ready to go.
Can I get a white off your paper?
Yep. We're good? Okay. So I'm just going to start out with a little background synopsis of the case with a few paragraphs here, and then y'all can jump in whenever you want to ask questions. On September 8, 2025, at approximately 7:43 p.m., Fulton County Dispatch received a 911 reporting a 12-year-old unresponsive male during a youth football practice at Old National Park, located at 2400 Pleasant Hill Road here in the city of South Fulton. Upon arrival, first responders suspected some injury to a 12-year-old, and through further examination, they determined that that child needed to be airlifted to Arthur Blank Children's Hospital, which was not that far away, via life support. Fortunately, the child was later released later that evening with no major injuries. During the preliminary investigation, South Fulton Police, can we go back and do that again?
Yeah.
All right. During preliminary investigation, South Fulton Police detained the child's football coach, and he was identified as Mr. Jonathan Sagers, after he admitted to a verbal and physical altercation with the child. He admitted that he had a verbal and physical altercation with the child. A routine check of Mr. Sagers had multiple active warrants from Atlanta Police Department stemming from an incident on August 29, 2025. These warrants were confirmed, and he was transported to Fulton County Jail for those outstanding charges. Now, before he was transported, the investigation into the altercation continued during his interview and after he was incarcerated, and it went on throughout the night following and into the following morning. Based on the findings, South Fulton Police Department has obtained warrants for Mr. Sagers for battery and cruelty to children related to the incident. It is important to note that Mr. Sagers is not an employee of the City of South Fulton Parks and Recreation Department. He is a volunteer coach with the Old National Youth Athletic Association, which operates under an agreement to utilize city's facilities for practice. At the time of the volunteer approval, a background check was conducted and returned clear to the incident involving Atlanta police. But of course, when he was arrested by us, The incidents we arrested him for, based on those warrants, were in August of this year. The background check was done back in July, so of course those charges would not have been on his record. But a background check was done. I want to be clear about that, but I also want to be clear about the fact he was not an employee of the city of South Fulton. So I'm willing to answer any questions you have.
Yeah, so first off, we say battery, but for the people, I mean, what were the natures of the injuries? What did this coach do to this player?
Well, from all indication, from what I've gathered to this point, and I was not involved in active investigation itself, but it was determined through the words of Mr. Sager, the arrestee in this case, there was a verbal and physical altercation. The kid was pushed, shoved, however, he hit that ground, which clearly must have created some medical issues for this 12-year-old child. And it was upon further examination by emergency medicine, a medical group, when they got there, our emergency medical, through our fire department, they made a determination based on their findings at that specific moment when they went to attend to this child is going to need to be airlifted from this park. And of course, Grady was advised, a helicopter was en route, helicopter picked up the child and carried him on to for medical care there at Arthur Blank.
Can you describe what the physical altercation was? Like, how did he make contact with the boy?
I don't know. He was a volunteer coach, so I think we can reasonably assume his interactions with the kid was this child, this 12-year-old minor, was somewhere around the context of football. That's all I can imagine, right? There was a reason for him being there. He was a volunteer coach, brought on by this association, and the child was there clearly as a sports team member. So what occurred, what led up to this altercation between them, I cannot say specifically at this point. But something certainly occurred where the coach grabbed this kid or pushed this kid or shoved this child to the ground, which subsequently created some severe and concerning injuries that night, which led to this child being airlifted.
Yeah, just on a human level, I mean, have you ever dealt with a case where we're talking about a coach being arrested for, I guess, somebody hurting a kid so much he needs to be airlifted to a hospital? I mean, have you ever dealt with that?
Not that I recall ever such a case throughout my career, but certainly this was a very unfortunate one, to the point where that child and the medical team that responded that night, felt a need, based on their training, their experience, that this child needed to be airlifted. That child was airlifted to Arthur Blank, and when that child arrived to Arthur Blank, he received the medical treatment that he needed, and subsequently later that night he was released.
Do you know anything about how he's doing today?
I can't speak to that exactly. I know we are still in an ongoing investigative state, but I can't speak to the medical condition of the child.
Have you all spoken to the child's parents?
The investigators did speak to the child's parents that evening, and of course the following day too, if I'm not mistaken. So the appropriate contact was made with parents around this entire investigation, and they worked along with us, and of course helping us gathering information that was through witness statements, video, body camera, whatever the case may happen to be. Our investigators had to acquire all the necessary materials that were needed in order to find the facts. And let me be clear about something here. We only follow the facts. And the facts for us has now been disclosed. They built a case, and they were able to seek a warrant. And of course, Mr. Sagers is still under arrest after being incarcerated in Fulton County Jail.
Was Mr. Sagers arrested there at the park, at this practice where this happened?
He was taken from the park because he admittedly had a verbal altercation with this 12-year-old. He admittedly did touch the child. He was taken to the Roosevelt station where he was further interviewed by CID detectives. It was determined through that interview and subsequent information that he also had open warrants from the city of Atlanta. And as our investigation continued, it became very evident as well, too, throughout the course of the evening and, of course, the following morning. They picked this investigation back up, and information was continued. We continued to ascertain information to build a case of child abuse and battery against this arrestee.
My last question. What's your message to parents right now?
Well, my message to parents is this, is look, you know, athletic leagues are very much a fundamental part of the way that we teach our children. Children play sports in this country and throughout this community, period. And this one incident here should not in any kind of way waken or shaken, I should say, parents, and they should still continue to make sure that their children participate in organized athletic sports such as this. And also to know the coaches, know the teams, know the volunteers, know those people who are in and around your children. That's very important as well. But I promote athletics for children. We have great athletics in this city. We have a city of elected officials, whether they're commissioners, the mayor, the city manager. All of us support youth athletics, and we're going to continue to support youth athletics, and we're going to do everything we can to certainly make sure that children in this community here in the city of South Fulton have a way of being able to involve themselves in sports and to be safe and to have a wonderful time and to grow into productive citizens. And I think we all want that. But this one incident here involving this volunteer who did not work for the city of South Fulton, let me be clear about that. It should not deter any of us from making sure that our kids continue to involve themselves in youth athletics.
Do you know if this was the volunteer's first season with the league or with the team, or if he was, a repeat volunteer?
I have absolutely no idea what his history has been with this league, but I think I can pretty much predict what it's going to be doing in the future. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you all very much.
Appreciate it.
You guys were great.
Is he currently in?
Fulton County Jail?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, there you go.
Thank you, guys.